3 lives with failures and losses and love. I was born Antoinette Rosanna LaFlamme, September 10th, 1945, to Damas and Ida LaFlamme. The youngest memory I had was of my grandmother LaFlamme. When I was very young, I think about the age of 5, I must have got mad at her because I chased her with a pillow. Bad girl was I, because grandmothers are to be loved no matter what. I pray she has forgiven me as I know the Lord has forgiven me. I started school in South Shaftesbury, Vermont. I know I remember of being a little nobody that couldn't tie her own shoes or make her hair look good. I even managed to fail the 1st grade. We went to the Catholic school after that. I loved the nuns. They were very nice and loving, but there again, I failed the 2nd grade. They would say, "Oh, you were so small." Well, to me, that wasn't what was small, it was my brain. To me, my height was not what was small, but my brain, like I said. We moved to New York State when I was 11 years old and only in the 4th grade. I did okay that year in school. Then I went into the 5th grade, where again I failed. I went to school until I was in the 11th grade and 19 years old. Then I quit. I had trouble with my nerves, which made it hard for me to go to school. Quitting school is not a good thing to do. But at least I went and I got my GED, and I'd taken classes since on accounting, computer, time management, and medical office. Thank you, Lord, I did good in these classes. Before the age of 10, I had 2 different people sexually abuse me. There again, I failed to tell anyone until I was in my 40s. I didn't think much of myself, but I always knew that Jesus loved me and I loved him. When this happens, you think it might be your fault. You wonder why men would take advantage of an innocent child. God tells us we must forgive, and I have forgiven, but I have not forgotten. I had a wonderful mother who knew I loved the Lord, so she made sure that I got to go to Mass and confession so I could receive the body and blood of Christ. I knew even as a child God had a plan for me. It was not to be a nun like I had thought when I was younger. His plan was for me to meet the 6'2" tall man with black hair and a great sense of humor. We fell in love, and then on May 15th, 1965, I started my second life when I married Dennis Walter Callahan, and I became Antoinette Rosanna Callahan. Then May 25th, 1966, I gave birth to my daughter, Kimberly Ann. September 19th, 1971, I gave birth to my son, Kevin Dennis Callahan. We were a family of 4 who had our ups and downs in life. Both our children grew up and moved away. Kimberly, after 7 years of marriage, moved to Alaska, where she lives still with her family. Kevin, he lives in Poway, California, not far from San Diego. He moves around a lot with his job. I feel like getting married to Denny and having our family, I finally had not failed. During this time, I worked and made it good at my jobs. I get a good pension at this time of my life. June 18th, 2001, I lost Denny to cancer after 35 years of marriage. Denny will always be my hero.